judges I work with and justices in all the trainings and work I do for the Philippine Judicial Academy, in the very beginning were like lost sheep. What's going to happen to us now? And how can we tell the people whose cases we are hearing that this is not what the judiciary is all about? What is being brought up in TV against the Chief Justice. So, to that extent, yes.
Okay. Now, Attorney Legarda, what do you think is the advantage, if any, of having a lady like you sit as the Chief Justice?
A lady like me. I hope that I am able to persuade the present justices of the Supreme Court that I am not there to spy on them, nor am I there to report on any shenanigan that they may voluntarily or involuntarily find themselves in. I feel that the justices know that I have never approached any of them for any kind of favor. And I feel that my work is such that they know I'm a very hard worker. And I think that I will be able to talk to them and ask for their help to cooperate in what a Chief Justice's role is. The Chief Justice is only one vote in a group of 15. So there is no Chief Justice who can really influence how a particular decision will come out. The role of the Chief Justice is management and administration, with the Office of the Court Administrator being like its implementing arm. The role of the Chief Justice is to find out what can we do to help the courts more, better working conditions, more access to the internet, more access to technology, improve the rules so that justice is not so delayed. So, motions like extensions of time and postponements and cancellations can just be done through the internet or Skype. Right now, justice is very expensive because I may have to go to Tuguegarao, for example, or Bacolod to find out somebody crucial is absent, because they will not accept. They will say to you, ay, attorney, tuloy yan. Yung pala, hindi tuloy. Pagdating mo doon, you've already spent for airfare, you've already spent for hotel, you've already spent for food, So I think if I were going to go there and be a young person there as a Chief Justice, I would probably have more energy. And having swept up, I think, and reorganized the GSIS legal department in a very short time, I think I have the energy to tell them, look, I cannot be as detailed and as wise and as deep in the handling of actual cases unless you give me a case to resolve, but give me the work of administering and helping you make life easier for the judges and for litigants. And I think I have the energy to do that. And it's something I actually enjoy doing. I actually enjoy putting things into order. It appeals to a sense of order that I have.
Okay. Some of the incumbent associate justices who are males are older than you. Mm-hmm. And they have been there for quite some time. How are you going to lead the court with the moral ascendancy?
The face of the Chief Justice is just the outward face of the judiciary.
Yes.
I think that the moral ascendancy of the Chief Justice is not necessarily among his co-equals on the High Court, but rather on those below the High Court. I cannot have moral ascendancy over persons who are equal to me if I was to be Chief Justice. But I can certainly ask them to cooperate, to help me rebuild this very tattered reputation that the judiciary has right now. And I think that all of them will be interested and be concerned in making the judiciary a truly co-equal branch of the government again. Right now, it's in tattered remains.
Okay. This is a question which we received from our Twitter and email at 4:50 this afternoon. Yes. This is a question for Attorney Legarda. Now, how do you respond to criticisms that family lawyers aggravate the enmity between married couples, causing further conflict?
Actually, I will agree about some family lawyers. Instead of trying to make things easier for the family to go through the court system, some of them really exacerbate the problem. I do agree, which is why when we were preparing the rules for the Supreme Court on mediation, we specifically requested, I specifically requested, and I think Judge Bison and then DCA Vilches specifically requested that lawyers not be allowed during mediation.
Okay.
Because they really exacerbate the problem.
Okay, so it's true.
So for many, yes. I hope it's not true for me. I hope it's not true for me. But for many, yes, I have seen it. I have seen it. They tend to needle their client. And in fact, very recently, a friend of mine who was handling a particularly contentious case was very upset because what the client of the other lawyer did was she went to a third lawyer, you know, and filed something in court. Talk about lack of legal ethics that the third lawyer took it on, knowing that these two lawyers were already talking and about to enter into an agreement. So yes.
Okay. Now this is the second question. It's a fact that there are many juveniles who are engaged or involved in most of the crimes today. Is there a need to reform the laws on juvenile crime and delinquency?
First of all, I object to the premise that most of the crimes today are committed by juveniles. That is extremely not true. In fact, the statistics on juvenile delinquency have not changed. The problem is the investigation of crimes is so bad that it's easier for the police officer to grab a juvenile off the street and add it to the statistics of their crime. Solved, child picked up, change the law because we cannot arrest a child who's below 15 or below. So I don't think, well, we need to implement the juvenile justice law. We need to persuade the local governments that they have to put money into their communities so that they can build separate facilities for the children in their communities who may commit offenses. We need to persuade the local governments that they need to invest money into training of the social workers and training of the police so that it's not true that you don't arrest a person who is 15 and below. You have to take them into custody and have them go through therapy. Otherwise, if you keep letting them go and say, oh, hindi ko ma-arresta yon dahil below 15, by the time that boy or girl turns 18, he's a full-fledged criminal. Because no intervention was done for him whatsoever. So the law is good. I don't think it should be changed. What should be changed is the concept of the police that so difficult to go after adults, let's just go after the child.